Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome. My name is Karen. I'm your worship associate this morning, and I am delighted to welcome you to our Sunday service. As Unitarian Universalists, we draw from our heritage of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on the foundation of love. Greetings to those of you who are new and visiting our church this morning, or who have been here maybe a couple of times. If you'd like to raise your hand and let us know who you are so we can come and meet you during the coffee hour. Do we have any new people here today? Oh, we've got someone over here. Welcome. Another person here. A couple people over here. Oh, good. All right, so be prepared to be bombarded by all these people to come talk to you after the service. So welcome to those who are joining on YouTube and Zoom as well. So now let's take a moment to greet one another respectfully and warmly, but also briefly. There's nothing in here. I can.
Or just tell people there's postcards.
Yeah.
Postcards.
Okay. All right, if you'd like to come back to your seats. You'll have more opportunity to chat after the service. So if you're watching us online, you can join our Zoom coffee hour. Otherwise, if you're here, we'll be out on the patio and you'll have plenty of opportunities to talk with one another. We also have our organic community garden and beautiful campus if you'd like to walk around. All right, now we're going into a few quick announcements. First of all, Camp de Benneville Pines. It's our Southern California Unitarian Universalist mountain retreat, a treasured place where you can commune with nature and find the solitude of a mountain glen. We offer a place to contemplate and to explore your own spiritual path, alone and also with others. It's also a place to bask in the warmth of a welcoming community, and to make deeper friendships. So our dedicated weekend is coming up soon, November 8th to the 10th. And Lissa says, I can't think of a better way to decompress after the election weekend. All right. Once again, we will be joining the Fullerton UU congregation for a wonderful weekend of fresh air, singing, hiking, children's and grown-ups activities, workshop, and relaxing. If you've never been, it's a wonderful place to go. Delicious meals prepared in the lodge are included. The cozy cabins even have hot showers. If you're interested, please pick up a registration form. There's a table outside with more information. It says, while the rates are affordable, there is financial assistance that's available. Two more quick announcements. The boutique is coming up in a couple of weeks, and they're collecting donations. There's a table outside. Also, they're doing postcards today in the Chalice building, I believe. And one quick announcement about ushers. We are... sorry. Let me go back to the boutique. There is a little piece of paper on some of the chairs. You might be sitting on it or might be next to you, giving you more information about the boutique. And then just very quickly about ushers. We are looking for ushers. So I'm actually an usher today, but you see I'm up here, so I can't really do both at the same time. And ushering it's a really easy way to get involved. It's not much of a commitment. You come once a month. There are no meetings, and you get to hang out with some really cool people. So if you're interested in ushering, please come talk to me or Roger or Roy or any of the ushers that are here today. And now, for another announcement, I would like to welcome Amy to talk about Socktober and Trunk or Treat.
Hello, everybody. So this upcoming Saturday, October 26th, from 4 to 6:30 p.m. is our Trunk or Treat. It will be right outside here in the west parking lot. The Trunk or Treat's going to last from about 4 to 5, and then we'll have the spaghetti dinner from 5 to 6 in Wilder Hall. We also have Socktober going on, so if you have any new socks, adults, children's, whatever the case may be, we're accepting donations. You can bring them either to my office or to the RE classrooms directly behind you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to invite us just to take a pause and take a deep breath together as we're coming into our worship space. We are going to be dedicating in just a moment Amy Pabon, who we've just heard from, as our new Director of Religious Education. And so we're going to be offering our children and youth chalice lighting. And I'm going to ask if anybody would like to come up to demo that. Who knows it? All right, Maureen does. Welcome back, Maureen and Michael, from your travels. Yes. All right. Well, everyone can learn this chalice lighting, and Maureen's going to demonstrate to us. So we are Unitarian Universalists with 2 U's. We are the Church of the Open Mind. We are the Church of the Loving Heart. We are the Church of the Helping Hands. And together, we care for our earth, like we're clasping the globe. Oh, overhead. Clasp hands overhead as a globe. And work for friendship and peace in our world. I feel like that was like a nice stretch. Do you think we could do it again? Yes. Okay. We are Unitarian Universalists. We can say it all together, too. We are the Church of the Open Mind, the Loving Heart. Together we the Helping Hands. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world. As we light this chalice, come, let us worship together. And it truly takes a village to light this chalice.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Before we start our singing, I did just want to welcome our choir into this space. It's providing music, and you may have recognized a new face sitting behind the piano. We want to say hello and welcome to Yin Jun Liu. Thank you so much for being here and playing with us today. Our opening hymn, we're going to sing I Am Willing, which is not in any hymnal, but we do have the lyrics up on the screen, and I'm pretty sure many of you know it. It's the same tune each time, so if you don't know it, listen to it, and then by the time we get to the second verse or the chorus, you should be able to join us, yes? Okay. Yes, please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing I Am Willing by Holly Neal.
It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of day. There is hurting in my family. There is sorrow in my town. Thank you, choir. There is there is wailing the whole world round. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of day. May the children see more clearly. May the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it burns our eyes. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of day. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of day.
So today is a joyful day when we are celebrating and honoring our new Director of Religious Education, Amy Pabone. Yes. And so I'd like to invite forward members of our RE committee and participants who are going to help us with the words of welcome. And Jane, you can just come right up as you are coming in. You are right on time. And so we're going to hear some words of welcome and a charge to Amy and to us as a congregation. And we're going to just practice your part. And your part is very simple. When it is your time, you are going to say with heartfelt enthusiasm, "We will." Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3. We will. Yes. So now you know your part, so you're set. Okay, I'm first going to welcome Laura Scully, and this part was going to be offered by Ruth Goodwin, and she's not feeling well this morning, so we are going to send her our healing thoughts, and Laura will step in, but she is the perfect person to step in because she has been a dedicated volunteer and leader in RE for 30 years. 31 or 2. Please welcome Laura Scully.
All right, I'm not going to touch the mic, even though I'm short. So good morning, and I'm really happy to be up here and share this wonderful morning with all of you. As we discussed, I'm a long-time member of the church, and I can't believe how long time when I'm looking at the years. One of the things I have really loved here is all the people of all ages that are an important aspect of our community. Here, children are truly listened to, and their ideas are taken very seriously. So when my kids were born, I was excited to have them be a part of such a community by participating in the RE program. And in the past, I have been, and I still am a teacher, and I've been on the RE committee and involved with Faith in Action, and so a lot of ways of being involved, and I found joy in that above and beyond being happy that my kids were part of this community. So I was so happy to be part of the search process for Amy, our new DRE. And during the search process, committee members worked together with Reverend Lissa and other staff members to define the role of what Amy would be doing as DRE and to gather input about what the congregation felt was important to look for in a person filling that position. And through several rounds of interviews, Amy distinguished herself as a candidate with a passion for and a real depth of experience with educating diverse groups of people. She demonstrated her incredible organization and professionalism, as well as telling stories about her love of family and holiday traditions. In Amy, we found a person that not only loves a Google form, oh, there she is. And boy, does she love it. She's teaching me how to do that. But also a water balloon toss, or a leader that can guide both guide our children and revel in their chaos, and that's important. We're excited to welcome her as our DRE and look forward to all of the joy and silliness to come.
That's me.
No, it's you.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, no,
Yeah, you're
it's all good. Yeah, no, we're just like yes, it's me. Hi.
Hi, Steve.
No, so anyway, no, it's been my pleasure. I was on the RE committee. I'm on the RE committee, but I was also on the committee that interviewed our candidates and found Amy, and it's been a real pleasure working with her. Just the different Sundays we've been working together and planning for the trunk or treat. It's been a real pleasure, and so I'm really happy we get to welcome her to the congregation today. So thank you, we've been here, goodness gracious, we've been here since 2018. My daughter came and, one day we were looking for a place to be on Sunday where folks liked good pastry and good company, and was not my mother-in-law's evangelical church. We had to play a place, and my wife came here, and they were making tiles, and my daughter's tile is out on the playground. And luckily we kept coming back, because otherwise it'd be really weird to have just some rando kids tile on the playground, but here we are. And so I just thank you all for making this a home for all of us, and for, just making a welcoming place. And I'm glad that Amy can just continue that and be with us and continue making our RE program a place where each successive group of kids can find a home, and a place to be and a place to belong. So in the In any event, on behalf of the Religious Education Committee, we welcome you, Amy, and share our excitement for your future at UUCLB. We receive you with open arms, open hands and hearts. As you join us, we once again renew our commitment to this religious community. We are proud and happy to have you among us. And I'm going to turn it over to Marty. Marty, we're going to show
Now it's my
Marty's
turn.
turn. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Marty Harris, and I've been a member of the UU since 2017. As some of you may remember, I waddled in here about 7.5 months pregnant, looking for a place where my daughter could find her own spiritual path and learn about all different types of religious and spiritual beliefs. Me being kind of pigeonholed with my family's dogma, and we found the community here. And my husband and I made this our church very quickly, but we left it to our daughter to decide when she wanted to become a member of the church. And she made that decision a couple years ago when we asked her, do you want to be dedicated? And she asked, what does that mean? And I told her, and she said yes. And this is her church, and this is her choice. And I love the way the RE, this church has grown. Because, we need these children. We need this growth. And it's beautiful to see all these new families and all these kids coming in and just interacting together and learning so much. And I love the community that we have here. So in Amy, we are excited for all of the ideas, gifts, and change you'll bring to our congregation, especially like that whole being organized thing. It's a change. I like it, but it's a change. So we invite you to build on the strong foundation of our past leaders that they have created, listen to the ideas of our current leaders, and to help guide us towards new ways of doing things, like lots of Google Docs. So, welcome, Amy. And I will go ahead and turn this over to you, yes.
So hello, everybody. Hello, my name is Juan Vasquez. My wife, Renata, was going to be the one to speak. She's a little sick today. And my wife and I have been coming to this church for about 2 to 3 years now. We came for a little bit, we stopped, we started coming back. A lot of you might know my wife. She's the more talkative one. She's the more outgoing one. And she was really excited to come to this church for the inclusivity, to feel like it is, especially over the past couple of years, becoming diverse, being accepting. For me, coming into the church, I was like, man, I came from a bad church. I just wanted to kind of sit back and listen and have some me time on Sundays, right? And something that we both really appreciated with the church, though, is feeling like it met us each where we're at. We're at separate places in our faith, but the church was really there to meet her where she was at, and her wanting to be able to put the values that she wanted to instill in our kids into action with the outreach, with social justice programs, with things like that. For me, I just needed a place to I just needed to calm down and kind of let my mind relax for a little bit. And I felt like the church met that for me. And I feel like having our 3 kids be in the RE program with Amy, with the staff or the volunteers who help out, I met them where they're at. Sometimes the kids come in and they're like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to play. Sometimes they don't want to leave, and we're like, come on, we got to go home. But to really be able to help instill the values, help meet the kids where they're at, especially as we go through life, our faith journey changes a lot. And I do feel like we found a spiritual home that would allow our kids to do that. And so with Amy coming on board, we also want to, thank you for being here, but to invite you to help us grow in our program and the congregation's goals for inclusion, helping us to serve our youth's needs and invite newcomers, like we were at one time, to find a sense of belonging, and wherever that is at in their faith journey. We want to invite you to listen to our children and youth to get to know their hopes, their dreams, their perspectives, so you may advocate for their voices and their vision for the church. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Jane Swanson. My partner Jen and I have been tinkering in the church a little bit. We started coming more regularly. Thank you. In 2010, when Dominic was about 6 months old. He's now 14. So we've been coming for a while. I've been involved more in the last 5 years with the RE committee and different activities here at church, St. Patrick's Day and the trunk or treat and many other things. And when we came, we were just looking, we both come from different backgrounds, so we were just looking for something as well to meet us both where we were at, and also give our grandchildren a choice because their parents come from different religious backgrounds as well. So it's been a great journey. There have been a lot of changes since we've been here, good, bad, and different, and now we're settling back into something really great. I'm really looking forward to what Amy has to bring. We've had some really good conversations, and I'm looking forward to my teenage grandson trying to find his way back. I hear they all kind of ditch out when they become a certain age and then come back, so I'm looking forward to the plans that Amy and the staff have for the future of our children and youth here. So with that being said, as parents and volunteers, we charge you to tend to the care and nurturing of those of us who generously volunteer our time. We look forward to the many new leaders and volunteers you will help us grow. We charge you to join in the shared mission of our UCLB Religious Education Committee to inspire and nurture all children, youth, and families of our community in search of personal truths, to empower their actions and beliefs, and to foster respect for themselves and others, as well as the world around them, through religious learning, spiritual practices, and growth. We really look forward to what you have to bring to us. Thank you, Amy. Steve, it's your turn, Steve.
Sorry. I know my name, I promise. I'm just Sunday morning, I'm not there on the uptick yet. I haven't had any caffeine of any variety. So that's it. That's my thing. Amy, will you continue to help shape and expand our religious education program by sharing your gifts?
I will.
Good. I wanted to make sure. Will you accept our invitation to grow with us, lead with us, and love our children, youth, and families?
I will.
Okay. Congregation, will you promise to support and nurture Amy's leadership among us, helping her grow and serve our children, youth, and families?
We will.
You nailed it. Good job. No, sorry. And now it's Amy's turn. So there we go. Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I want to express my gratitude for the warm welcome here and the support I've received in my first few months at UUCLB. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few people that have helped me a lot here. First, Nika, our exceptional RE assistant. She's actually not here. She's covering for me and Al right now. Her reliability and strong rapport with our children and youth have made a significant difference, and I truly appreciate her contributions. I also want to acknowledge our dedicated RE volunteers, AL facilitators, and RE parents and guardians. Your commitment and care for this program is truly inspiring, and it's uplifting to see the positive impact you have on our community. I also like to express my gratitude for Rev Lissa for her guidance and support. She has played a key role in making this transition smooth and supportive. I'm genuinely committed to fostering a nurturing environment for our children and youth here. And with your continued support, I know that we can achieve great things together. Thank you for being such an integral part of this process. A personal philosophy of mine is to not only meet the needs of our current group of children and youth, but to also lay the groundwork for future generations or just as our kids age. Listening to our children and youth and understanding them as individuals is key to this mission. And one of my main goals is to advocate for our children and youth and to ensure that their voices are heard in shaping the vision and mission of our church. Recently, I had the opportunity to talk to our children and youth about what they love about UUCLB, especially since October highlights the practice of deep listening. Here are some of their responses. Raiden said he enjoys playing with his friends, and Thomas echoed that sentiment, sharing how much he loves playing at church. Another child expressed excitement about the fun activities we offer, while many others highlighted the importance of making friends. And of course, A lot of them mentioned that they love coming to church for the food. So it's clear that these connections and experiences mean so much to them. For our children and youth, the sense of community is incredibly important, and I'm committed to nurturing this passion and love that they have for our church. I believe it truly makes a difference in their lives. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. The children, youth, RE volunteers are now welcome to follow me out to their religious education sessions. Thank you so much.
We are going to sing Amy and our youth out to their classrooms. So let's get into it. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jonathan Sneller, a relatively recent member and also a current member of the Board of Trustees. In that light, I want to just remind us that in the upcoming months, we have our vision and mission process. There's going to be a lot of group activities, and it's going to require a lot of listening. Very heartfelt listening, intentional listening. And in that light, I would like to take this opportunity to guide us in a meditation on listening, but not just listening with compassion, compassionate listening. So I invite everyone to get comfortable, support themselves in any way that works for you, having your feet flat on the ground. Just kind of deep breath, let it out right now. Just kind of relax your shoulders, relax your back, and let's just take a big deep breath together. Isn't that nice? Now take a deep breath in and hold it for a bit. And as you do that, create maybe a little bit of tension and hold your breath. So 3, 2, 1, and release. Deep breath in, hold it, hold that tension. 2, 1, release. One more time. Big deep breath in, holding that tension. 2, 1, release. Now I invite you to just breathe naturally. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in. Breathe in, breathe out. Just let it flow naturally. No forcing it. Simply observe your breath as a witness. Calm, present, open. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Imagine each inhale as a way to welcome presence, and each exhale a soft release of any distractions or judgments that may arise. Now slowly bring your attention to the area of your heart. Imagine a warm, soft light glowing in the center of your chest. It may even help to put your hand on your heart. This warm light represents compassion, a kind, gentle warmth that radiates from within. Just feel that for a moment. Feel the warmth expanding gently, filling your heart with a sense of openness. Let this compassion not just be for others, but also for yourself. Imagine that warmth and light growing warmer with each breath, expanding outward from your heart. If there is any heaviness or hurt present, allow it to be held by the warm light of compassion. There is no need to fix it, no need to change it. Just allow it to be and embrace it in kindness and understanding. I invite you to think back to a time when you felt truly heard by someone. It might have been a friend, a family member, or even a stranger. Gently recall how it felt to be listened without interruption, without judgment. Was it a sense of relief, a sense of validation, or a sense of safety? Recall that and try to bring that feeling into your heart right now. Now imagine offering that same depth of listening to someone else. Picture yourself in a conversation with someone close to you. Imagine listening fully, without the urge to respond, without the urge to defend or fix. Just holding space for their words, emotions, and their experience, holding it with an open heart. Allow the silence to speak, the space between words to hold meaning. Allow the act of listening to become an expression of compassion. Now turn your listening inward. In this quiet moment, ask yourself, what part of me needs to be heard right now? Perhaps it's a voice of doubt, fear, or hope, or joy. Whatever it is, simply listen with compassion as you would to a dear friend. You don't need to respond. You don't need to change anything. Just hold space for whatever arises. If a part of you feels unheard or neglected, allow yourself to acknowledge it gently and lovingly. Give yourself some affirmation. I am worthy of being heard. I am worthy of being heard by others, and I am worthy of being heard by myself. You are deserving of this moment of compassionate self-listening. Now I invite you to go back to your heart. Feel that sense of compassion extending not out to your inner self, but to all beings, to everyone around you. Imagine your heart's warmth expanding, growing larger outward, touching loved ones, acquaintances, and even strangers with the same compassionate presence that you have for yourself. May our collective compassion extend to all, with the hope that we can be truly heard and truly seen in our journeys. As we prepare to come back to the present, take a few deeper breaths. Feel the weight of your body in your chair, the texture of your clothing. Feel the air around you. Feel the warmth of the compassion still present in your heart. May we continue to listen with compassion, not only to others, but also to ourselves. May we be kind and patient in our conversations and in our silences. May our presence be a source of understanding wherever we go. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly open your eyes and bring the sense of compassion and presence with you as we return to this space. Thank you.
We are going to move into the offering right now. So the offering that we take each Sunday isn't just a habit, it's an opportunity to recommit to this place and to this people. Our offering is an affirmation, a yes. When we give, we say yes to something we value. With our gifts given freely, may we say yes to the values of our faith. May our offering help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond our congregation as tools to empower our mission. Thank you for your generous financial support of UUCLB and all you do to help our church thrive. Our offering will now be gratefully received.
Somebody's calling my name.
Thank you, choir and Javon. So before we move into the final message of the service today, we've been practicing a few different ways to listen, and we just decided that hush would be a good way to move from that meditation into the open space of our hearts. So did anybody wish to speak or be heard in joys and sorrows? And we're just going to open this for just a few minutes of when you were dropping down in that place of listening to yourself and connecting in on that place of being heard. Did anything bubble up that needed to be surfaced in this community, that needed to be held? And so I'm going to just move between and among. We don't need to come up. And Danilo, don't worry about the camera work. We're just going to listen.
Oh, man. It's been a while since I've stood up in front of this many people. But I'm going to get right to the point that I'm facing a situation where I have 3 surgeries coming up. I have both for my left and right hand, and also for my neck. So, yeah, anyway, I thought I was going to go out here this year and play beach volleyball and find a small comic book company because I'm an artist, writer, pencil inker, storyteller. That being said, I'm going to have to wait another year, but it's scary. Also, the song that the intro when we first came in made me think about the words and everything, and it's relevant not just to myself, but to everybody else here in the room and on the planet. I used to be kind of scared, 4-letter word, but I'm not scared anymore. So I'm going to get right to the point and close it out by saying, oh man, I'm going to say this, never give up, never surrender, backward never, forward forever, or is it forward forever, backward never? I prefer forward forever. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, I'm Kathy. My good friend and your friend, Joan Marshall, took a fall in her home on early Saturday morning. Her family took her to the ER, and she has nothing broken, and she did go home, but she has a lot of pain in her back.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer, and in April I lost my best friend of 42 years. And so that's my sorrow, and my joy is that we got to lay her in the ground and put her back in the earth yesterday. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa Moore, and I just want to let y'all know that Sarah Cannell, who grew up in this church, is now a member of the Texas Bar. She passed her bar, or is that what they call it? Yeah, I guess your exam to become a lawyer anyway, so.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and what I felt during the little listening exercise actually connected to our welcoming our religious leader, because as I was listening, trying to listen around me, then he said, you were listening around, then he said to go inward and listen to yourself. And the first thing that popped into my head was, when we were young, we were always told children are to be seen and not heard, over and over. Don't bother me, I can't listen to you. So that just, it seems so foreign to listen to myself. So I think that is going to be my prayer for myself, is that I can't listen to everybody else if I don't know how to listen to myself. And someone in the welcoming said, I wrote it down, we are going to listen to the children's hopes and dreams, their perspectives. We don't like to listen to the 22-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40, us old people. We want them to listen to us. Yeah, well, we need to listen. But we can't listen to them, we don't listen. And so that's what I got from the listening exercise.
I'm Frederick Rose. My joy is simple. I've reached my 8-month mark of sobriety. And that's brought me nothing but joy.
Hi, I'm Presley. Bear with me, this one's really a struggle for me to get out. But I sort of felt like I needed to during that meditation. I lost my job about a year ago, actually a year on Halloween, and that's been extremely hard for me. I don't look it, but I have a really severe physical disability that makes it really difficult for me to keep and maintain decent jobs. And as most of you have seen, I'm a single parent, so that's really hard. I went back to school in hopes of sort of expanding my opportunities to try and finish my bachelor's degree. But because I lost that job and my unemployment ran out, we are now facing eviction. I actually have eviction court next Friday, and of course can't afford an attorney. And services are very limited here. So I just, I think maybe I want to say this because people don't really realize what's going on with you, right? I don't project that. I dress nicely because I had a nice job and had money to buy things, right? I look like I have my life together. I look like things are wonderful, but they're not. And I think I just want to use this as a reminder to remind everybody that we don't ever know what's going on with people internally. We don't know just by looking at someone what's going on with their struggle. So just, remember that even though someone's smiling, they may be going through one of the roughest parts of their lives, and just to constantly be giving people grace. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Linnell, and I am doing this for Diane Green, who last Thursday had a shoulder surgery, not only a surgery, but she had her shoulder replaced, and so she is recovering at home.
Hi, I'm Michael. I wanted to share that on October 16th, on Indigenous Peoples Day, the Ohlone tribe of Yelamu, which we know as San Francisco, California, made their 70-day Trail of Truth to the capital, Washington, D.C., seeking federal recognition as a tribe, but they were met with brutality by National Parks Police. They seized their horses, and they were being brutal with the elders and the women, and they're shoving them down and arresting them and seizing their horses. And what's shameful about that is because the National Parks Police are run by the Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland, who was just an indigenous person that was voted in, and there was a lot of hope with that, but I haven't heard any response from her, and a lot of people feel a deception from that.
Hi, I'm Bonnie. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate this church and Reverend Lissa and what she's done and changed. I don't know too much about the history, but I love, being here. And I wanted to say I'm so grateful for the service today. It brought both sorrow and joy to me because I've had such a rough time in my life. And I'm now at a point where I really appreciate where I'm at and who I am. And it's taken a long time. I'm 80 years old, and it's taken all those years for me to be who I am.
I'm just appreciating the quality of listening and sharing that I feel like came forward after that meditation and the singing. And we're going to close with another practice of listening that's called Lectio Divina. Has anyone heard of Lectio Divina? So we're going to close by reading a poem together, and it's called Ways to Listen, an Incomplete List. Ways to Listen, an Incomplete List. And the way that we're going to offer this poem today is an ancient practice called Lectio Divina, or sacred reading. Sacred reading. And it's a practice that was developed in the mystical tradition in the 6th century by Italian monks. And basically, these monastics were really looking for ways to be with the Word in new ways. And the Word in Christianity is Scripture, but for Unitarian Universalists and spiritual seekers and other liberal religious people, or people who are just interested in this kind of practice, it's really begun to open to any kind of text can be done in this way, can be listened to in this way. So any poem or reading, any piece of sacred scripture. So this is something, a toolkit for your toolbox that you can have as well. So Lectio Divina has 4 stages, and the first one is called Lectio, which is reading. So I'm going to read the poem and then invite you into the meditation part, which is the second part. And for you to listen for any word or phrase that really catches your heart or sticks in your mind. So as you're listening, listen for a word or a phrase that is really calling to you. And then I'm going to read the poem again and invite you into the third and the fourth phase, and that is called the fourth phase is called is the oratory phase, and then the contemplation phase is the last one. So the third phase is when you sit with the whole of the poem and you let go of your word, and then the final one is to see if there's any insights that have arisen. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to, if you want to take a stretch or any kind of deep breath to prepare you for one last listening today as we settle in. This is a poem called Ways to Listen, an Incomplete List by Rosemary Watola Trummer. So this first listening is for the word or phrase that is calling to you. There's lonely listening when sitting in a crowd. Open listening as one listens, eyes closed to the wind and the cottonwood leaves. Numb listening as one listens to detergent commercials. Baffled listening as one tries to discern if the speaker could possibly believe what they say. And full body listening as the cello plays. Sometimes I felt my whole being break with delight in joyful listening to my daughter's laughter, and break equally with the unbearable listening as the soil falls on the casket. There's the holy listening when we listen for the dead, and greedy listening in which every other utterance is merely a ladder rung for stepping into your own story. Selfless listening knows only to receive. There's the way you sometimes listen to me, as if my words are waves on the river, not something to interpret, but something familiar. And the way you sometimes listen to my silence and know precisely what I mean. There's nervous listening, as one listens to the mouse in the wall, and vast listening, like when on a clear night lit only by stars, I can almost sense how the universe not only sings through my body, but listens too. Listens to itself and knows itself in the listening. Now we're going to sit quietly for about a minute with that word or phrase that called to you, and see if that phrase has something to bring to your life. Now I'm going to read the poem again and invite you to let go of that one word or phrase and see what the whole poem has to bring. Ways to listen, an incomplete list. There's lonely listening when sitting in a crowd. Open listening as one listens, eyes closed, to the wind in the cottonwood leaves. Numb listening as one listens to detergent commercials. Baffled listening as one tries to discern if the speaker could possibly believe what they say. And full body listening as the cello plays. Sometimes I've felt my whole being break with delight in joyful listening to my daughter's laughter, and break equally with the unbearable listening as the soil falls on the casket. There's the holy listening when we listen for the dead, and greedy listening in which every other utterance is merely a ladder rung for stepping into your own story. Selfless listening knows only to receive. There's the way you sometimes listen to me, as if my words are waves on the river, not something to interpret, but something familiar. And the way you sometimes listen to my silence and know precisely what I mean. There's nervous listening as one listens to the mouse in the wall, and vast listening, like when on a clear night lit only by stars. I can almost sense how the universe not only sings through my body, but listens to itself and knows itself in the listening. So this list of ways to listen is incomplete. That is the name of the poem. And so as we are closing today, taking the time to have listened with our whole hearts, to bask in the understandings and insights that have come forward today, and to add your own ways to listen. I'm going to invite us to come into now our closing hymn, which is going to awaken us from this more meditative time. It's a song called Wake Now My Senses, and so let us rise in body or spirit, and Javon will help lead us in Wake Now My Senses.
Absolutely, and we are going to be singing verses 1, 3, and 5.
there is no power greater than a community discovering what it cares about. Ask, what's possible, not what's wrong. Keep asking. Notice what you care about. Assume that many others share your dreams. Be brave enough to start a conversation that matters. Talk to people you know. Talk to people you don't know. Talk to people you never talk to. Be intrigued by the differences you hear. Expect to be surprised. Treasure curiosity more than certainty. Invite in everybody who cares to work on what's possible. Acknowledge that everyone is an expert about something. Know that creative solutions come from new connections. Remember, you don't fear people whose story you know. Real listening always brings people closer together. Trust that meaningful conversations can change your world. Rely on human goodness. Stay together. And that is by Margaret Wheatley. And then our closing words are, our Sunday services are created through collaboration and teamwork of our staff and volunteers, and through the presence and participation of members and friends. We hope you will stay to enjoy a festive coffee hour in celebration of our new Director of Religious Education. And we hope to see you next week. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.